Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Adab Aiman Birosli.
My name is Muhammad Haziq bin Abdul Aziz. My name is Muhammad Al-Muzammil bin Mustafa.
My name is Hazika Aina.
My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Maino.
In this video, we want to share about Plc Programming Language. So let's go.
Ladder diagram, also known as relay ladder logic. Before programmable logic controls become popular, relay-based controls were the norm at most manufacturing sites. Relay drove loads based on the simple logic that was implemented throughout the physical wiring of the device. Events for the electrician and engineers familiar with relay-based logic and control circuit for making PLC programs with natural feeling. Advantage of ladder diagram. First, provide accident graphic represent of circuit design concept. Second, much more visual than most programming of language. Third, easy to understand. Fourth, can be easily debugged. Fifth, support online editing effectively. Lastly, very cost effective. Disadvantage of ladder diagram. Some instructions that are not available. Ladder programs are unable to escape code for reuse. Ladder programs let me program without function block.
Function block diagram FBD. The first is one of most widely used PLC programming language. Secondly, fundamental language for all PLC programmers. Thirdly, very simple and graphical way to program any process functions. Lastly, function block diagram is easy to learn and provides lots of possibilities. In FBD, all functions are put into function blocks. The function blocks may have one or more input or output depending on the function. The function of the block is the relation between the status of its inputs and outputs. The outputs of one function block may be connected to the input of another blocks. Advantage of the function block diagram FBD is FBD is very intuitive and program writing is very easy. Second, no extensive programming training required for programmer. Third, the biggest advantage of the function block diagram is that you can put many lines of programming into one or several function blocks. Lastly, FBD provides good code reviews capability. This is one of the main benefits of FBD.
I want to talk about instruction list language. And first, instruction list is low-level language. And second, instruction list could execute much faster. And last, instruction list consume less space in the storage. So, I want to talk about disadvantage of instruction list language. First, it has difficult syntax and structure. And second, it is difficult to debug big instruction lists.
Structure text. Since structure text is by definition text-based, it means that it does not have the memory-intensive graphic visual and allow for a similar processor memory, therefore, and reduce cost. This makes structured text an ideal candidate for large PLC program, where controller memory is at premium. Some other time you might want to use text are you deploying the same PLC program over and over. As a packaging machine, this is sent to the customer for a turnkey up. In that case, your PLC program file can be stored offline in the text file or document. Can be easily sent as an email to someone to download into the PLC and deploy. Syntax of structured text follows some basic rules. First, all statement is structured. Text will end with a summation. Routine will close out with end in statement. Space and tabs are not required. A good programmer will still use them for readability. Also, structured text is not case sensitive, but if you assign it a variable known as a tag or a symbol such as control valve 1, then using a camel case control valve 1 is a good practice to get into. Another very common useful syntax unstructured text is used for a command. Beginning programmer, the use command is essential to creating code that can be read later on. To add a comment in structured text, you will start with a left parenthesis followed by a asterisk. Structured text also use operator to manipulate data. For example, for operator are not the logical operators such as AND or AND not. A logical operator is used to compare bioclean data and create logic from it. An example of logical operation is structure that look like this.
Sequential function chart SFC. SFC is well suited to breaking down a complex process into smaller steps or steps which are easier to understand. In SFC, the process operations are described as separate steps sequentially connected. Main component of SFC: step with associated action, transition with associated logic condition, direct link between step and transition. Advantage of a sequential function chart SFC. First, process can be broken into major steps which make program easy to understand. Second, troubleshooting is faster and easier the breakdown of complex process steps. 3. The logic can be repeatedly used in SFC program, which make programming writing faster and easy. Disadvantage of sequential function chart SFC. The major disadvantage of SFC is that this language is not suitable for all applications.
All for today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you get benefit from this video. That's all. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.